Let's take a look at Utah's representative democracy. The United States is a representative democracy, and so is the state of Utah. Citizens choose an agent to represent them who is either a senator or a representative. Both receive their power from the majority of citizens who elect them. A government, of, by, and for the people. Legislators take an oath to represent their district and establish laws that benefit its members. The legislator should be honest, reliable, and trustworthy. That's the way it is supposed to work. There are three other significant players: lobbyists representing public interests, social interests, and moneyed interests. The dependable guys. Lobbyists for public interests work to influence legislation and funding for necessary government services that benefit all citizens, including public education, roads, state police, and a host of other public services. The good guys. Lobbyists for social interests include citizen groups that want to create a better, safer, richer, and more enlightened society with universal health care, clean air, gun regulations, feeding the poor, and equal rights for all. They are the social critics who point out issues where government is failing the people. Most important, they want a sustainable community that understands and has a plan to address climate change. The greedy guys. Lobbyists for moneyed interests promote bills that benefit a specific client, and they are willing to pay legislators money for bills that benefits their self-centered clients, like the NRA, ExxonMobil, many members of the American Legislative Exchange Council or ALEC, organizations that benefit only a few and often at the expense of everyone else. Because they are private interests, legislators have no obligation to do their bidding. Often the public receives no benefit, or can even experience harm. The gun violence epidemic, toxic air pollution, and future gridlock from an inland port are examples of the harm moneyed interests produce. This is not the way democracy is supposed to work. The problem? Authentic representative democracy cannot be bought and sold. Yet that is exactly what is now happening. Moneyed interests buy control, and too often, the only special interests receiving attention by the legislators. There are consequences, and Utahns pay a terrible price. Some of the worst air quality in the nation, a gun violence epidemic, with the highest number of gun deaths in the nation for 10 to 17-year-old males. And the list of the harmful results of a failed democracy goes on and on. A simple solution. If Utah legislators would turn their backs on the lobbyists representing the moneyed interests, Utah could become a state that citizens could be proud of, with clean air, enlightened gun regulations, plus legislation and funding for programs the citizens want and need. Citizens are asking that legislators actually represent them for a change. So, wake up, Utahns. It does not have to be this way. You have the same unqualified right to have a clean, safe, and secure community enjoyed by citizens from other advanced nations. It is a human rights issue. Your Republican legislators have failed you. They have no interest in what citizens want. They are too enthralled with the rewards coming from moneyed interests. Citizens have a right to a dynamic representative democracy, but unfortunately, Republicans have forgotten what that means. Citizens can obtain good government, if they want it bad enough.